What's up, everybody? Welcome to an all-new Watching Nerdy. I am James, and I am joined by...
This is Kevin.
Drew, Shot,
Tommy.
Brandon.
Drew Shot is the
you didn't
newest
know-
item in Legend of Zelda.
So-
you were doing it.
If obviously what we're going to do here on tonight's Watching Nerdy is we're going to be discussing / reviewing /
drinking.
recapping the movie Three Ninjas, which is what we do here on Watching Nerdy. We watch a movie. Sometimes we watch a series of movies. We've done Alien. We've done Mortal Kombat. Now we're starting Three Ninjas.
We're watching all
the
of them?
series.
We're starting.
No.
We're starting the series.
We're not done?
Because
no.
Three Ninjas is fantastic. Three Ninjas Kickback is great. Three
There's
Ninjas
like
Knuckle
5.
Up is okay, and then Three Ninjas High Noon and Mega
There's
Mountain
4.
is absolutely horrible.
James, nobody committed to this.
If you
Oh,
think
yeah.
it's absolutely horrible, then what do we got to think about it? We thought
We don't
Three
have
Ninjas
to
sucked.
watch High Noon and Mega Mountain, but I do think we
Well, I
should
think
watch
that's the one
Kickback.
we
and
should
Yeah, at
watch.
this point, that's the one I'm most curious about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then we got to watch the other two.
Oh.
Oh,
We
we're
have
going to be
to.
lost? Is the plot
But
consistent like
It
that?
is. It is. You got to get the continuity in there. But what we do sometimes is booze a little bit during.
Okay.
So that's what's going to happen this time.
Okay. Before we miss.
It's that kind of
Before
movie,
we get
folks.
started.
Wow. We've
So
already started.
so
I've been drinking since y'all got here.
yeah, I know, me too. Oh wait, no, I've been drinking since we got here. Yeah. Anyway, so basically, what this episode's going to be,
Same shenanigans as
it's
last
gonna
time.
be it's gonna be me,
Except for we're talking about Three
who
Ninjas.
I love this movie. I've loved it since I was a kid, and I love it now. And it's going to be you guys you're going to bash it as much as you want.
No,
but
no,
we all
it
know,
bashed itself.
We all know that
It committed seppuku right in
you
front of us.
enjoyed it. You all enjoyed the movie.
It was like watching a train wreck.
It
No,
had
it
its
was not.
moments, but
No,
it was
it
like
was not.
2 or 3 moments.
No. Let's get into it, though. Let's go ahead and get into it. And I want you to give me some legit reasons why you didn't like the movie. So let's go
that
around the
first
table.
question?
First off, let's go around the table. Who liked the movie? Me.
For what it was fine.
To be honest, I'll never watch it again.
Yeah, I'll never watch it again. But it
That's
was fine.
not what I asked, though. Did you like the movie?
I'm going to have to know. No, I'm sorry.
Okay. Drew?
It was fine. It was okay.
So, yes.
It's yes or no. Like, is that
Yeah.
black and
Yeah,
white?
that's
Yeah.
a shitty way of doing things. But
Then no. I didn't like it.
Hell no.
Dang.
You're all lying.
there were
And
fun
now we're going to
moments.
get into
Yeah,
why
dude,
you're lying.
It's just black and white. Like, I was trying to give it a little spectrum, but you're
But if you think something's fine, then you obviously liked it.
okay,
Enough to feel it was fine.
It was tolerable.
If it's bad, then no, you didn't like it.
Mortal Kombat Annihilation is bad. And I mean,
Right.
I can watch it.
I would say it's not good. I would say
It's in the gray
I will never
area
watch it again of my own volition. But
What?
You were saying
No,
something.
I was waiting for him to.
oh, I never stop. By all means, jump in.
It's in the gray area of bad and good. If being a grown ass man myself, I would not watch it again. But
See,
for
here's the
chill-
thing, though. First, let me stop you.
Wait, what
None
did
of
you
us-
just do? What did you just do?
I actually drank like half the thing because
Yeah.
I'm fucking pissed off right now. None of us are grown.
Did you work on this movie?
I wish I had.
Is your name on
I
it
didn't
somewhere?
drink half the thing. Why'd you have to check? I did take a larger shot than you did.
That's fine.
Weak.
Great.
Look,
Dang.
I don't even. Where was I going? Oh yeah,
Something about
none
Three
of
Ninjas.
us are grown.
He's just
First
some sour
off,
grapes
None of
right
us
now.
are grown.
Based on what?
Based on what our hobbies, what we enjoy are. All right.
You realize
we
you have
literally
a kid.
came over
He
here.
has a kid.
We
You better be
literally
grown.
came over
And
here.
one on the way.
Hang on,
I
hang
have
on, hang
more
on, hang on,
kids
hang on,
than you.
hang on. That's true. What were you and Merle doing when we walked in today?
Playing Pokemon cards.
All right,
That doesn't mean you're not an adult.
but it means you have.
And watching porn. See? It balances.
Yeah.
It balances.
Look, we all. I just don't. I really don't get how you couldn't. Knowing that you all enjoy childish things.
Well, that's
Yeah.
what I was trying to say. It
But
was enjoyable for what it was,
how
but
you
I did
couldn't
not like it.
How you couldn't. You all came into this movie as 30-year-old, 20 whatever year olds. I don't know how old you all are.
27.
But you came into it like, well, I am now a 27-year-old man, and I'm going to watch this as a 27-year-old man.
There were some
That's how
parts
you
that I
thought of
thought
it.
was
That's
fun.
how you thought. And
That's
like-
what I was trying to say, but it's either do you like it, yes or no?
Yeah, in the
Overall,
grand.
did
no.
you enjoy the movie as well?
Yes, I enjoyed it, but I
That's
did
what
not.
I- that's
it's not a
so-
good movie to me.
I enjoyed your company,
Yes.
and I enjoyed the surfers from time to time.
Yeah, they
Although-
were great.
Yeah, that was
God, just shoot them.
Yeah, you
They
have the
weren't
guns.
supposed to shoot them.
They said
No,
early
they weren't
on,
supposed to
like, I'm
kill
worried
them.
about our lives.
James,
You can
James,
shoot
James.
them and not kill
Whose
them.
hand was that?
They figured that out later.
Whose hand is that?
It's
Billy Joe over there.
Slytherin.
what's his name?
Slytherin.
Slick back ponytail.
It was Sagat.
All right, let's do what we do,
Okay.
which is we recap the whole entire movie.
Ryu, Ken, and Dan
So you're
are
basically
brothers.
going to watch this movie again.
E
So I'm
Honda
glad
shows
you
up.
guys enjoyed it. So what we've got is
Sure, you can.
we're at like a cottage
Go ninja.
In the
type
woods.
of area, right?
So we got this old man with 3 little kids in the woods, and he's training
He
them.
also has one squinty eye.
One that looks like he's got.
He is Asian,
pink
so he
eye.
has 2 squinty eyes, but
This-
one.
Okay.
A squinty-eyed Asian
Okay.
man should not be driving, and a little kid should not jump out in front of his car to get him to stop.
You will be called Pancake. That's what he said.
You're jumping ahead.
Okay, sorry. They're in a cottage and ninjas.
All
There's
right.
3.
So basically, what this is during the summers, this old guy, this old Asian dude who has trained ninjas in the past. That's what he does. He's a ninja. He brings his grandsons to his cottage area, and he trains them to be ninjas. Now we don't know how long he's been doing this. I'm assuming
They begin
been
Samuel,
a little
Mike,
while.
and what's the
Michael, Samuel, and Jeffrey.
Jeffrey. Jeff, Mike, and Sam.
It's Samuel's the oldest, Jeffrey's the middle, and
And then Mike is the
Michael.
little one.
Michael is the young one.
Here's what I saw. This pudgy old megalomaniac living in the woods takes these kids that he has rights to see because he's their grandfather, and he inculcates them into this cult of personality that he has, so much so that he actually strips them of their slave names and gives them his own crazy grandpa names. Oh, it's like
Tom Tom.
Shotgun and Fat Ass or something. So that they can be his little ninja warriors to fight his personal battles for him.
You're getting ahead. We're
Go
not
ahead.
there yet.
Okay, go ahead. That's what I saw.
I love this.
I legit, look, listen to me. I legit don't even want to freaking do this right now because I know how this is going to turn up. I know how this is going to end. I legit enjoyed this. This is something that I've enjoyed since I've been a kid, since I was a kid. And I still enjoy it.
Dude, I
but you
understand.
guys are going to shit on it the whole entire time. And for no reason. For no reason. Because it's
fun.
not a bad movie. It's not a bad movie.
It's exactly what you would expect going into it. It's an early 90s made for kids movie.
It is, yeah.
I agree on that.
Absolutely.
Are you finished, Drew?
That
Have you
was
had your laugh?
Funny, dude.
It was funny though.
Oh, it's so funny.
All right. A grandfather brings his
Not Mr.
grandsons
Wasabi.
to
Worcestershire sauce.
his cottage in the woods
Just a horror
and
movie.
trains them as ninjas, right? So the summer is ending, right? So he's getting his last minute. They're getting their last minute training in. So we. Gosh, I can't even remember.
Well, okay, so it cuts away to slick back ponytail.
It
No,
does.
it does.
Because first
because
it's-
there's
it's-
white man jihad.
the kid. One of them asks like,
From True Lies?
"Is Dad going to be home, like
For
when we get
Christmas.
there or whatever?"
Then we cut.
And then we cut to- A limo driver.
Oh, that one line was important.
That because we cut to a limo driver, and the limo driver turns out to be
Whoa, no.
the dad.
Okay, but nobody has to know what the dad does.
We're not there yet. Would
that's
you
what
let
I'm
me
saying.
tell the story? We cut to a limo driver, and it's their dad,
I'm
right?
trying to protect them, man. This is a
So
cinematic turning point. Like,
this
is
limo
brilliant.
pulls into like a warehouse thing,
Yeah.
and there's a guy. I believe you refer to him as Slickback Ponytail.
Slick back ponytail.
All right, so he's standing there with a ninja,
As you do.
Holding
As you
a AK.
and no, that's like an M16 or
yeah,
something.
an M16.
I don't even remember.
So the limo pulls up. The guy gets out, and he lets.
Was this
White
movie
man
PG?
jihad out of it.
PG?
It was PG. Yeah.
Kids movie in the 90s?
Yeah.
With AKs and M16s and
Yeah, it was
pistols?
the 90s, though.
Yeah, but they
Our
never
high
shot
school
them.
classes had AKs and M16s in
That's
it.
true.
There was one. No, there was more gunshots than one.
There was a lot.
Yeah, there was a lot.
I
Of
think only one
gunshots.
guy actually got shot, though.
Yeah.
The,
But
I
it's
think
fine.
the
Whoa,
only dude.
that was
no,
way
the only
further
dude
in the
that
movie.
does shooting is the dad. Am I right?
So the dad's crazy. This crazy shoot 'em up hillbilly
So
got it.
let's hang on. We're getting ahead of ourselves. So the dad lets out
White man jihad.
like a guy from like maybe like Saudi Arabia or
No
something.
Really?
way. He's from New York.
I'd say maybe Italy. But he was
No.
wearing one of those.
Yeah, he's got that.
It's not a turban,
Turban.
but it's just no, it's not a
Hijab?
turban because
It's
it's
a
not
head-
wrapped up.
it's
It's
a
just a
head-
scarf.
hijab.
It's just a headscarf with a
Yeah.
headband. You
But
don't
he's
know.
he's handcuffed to a suitcase, not a suitcase, a briefcase.
Holding a
Right.
nuclear.
And
coach.
so he walks up to a guy, a slick back ponytail.
Yep.
And he opens the briefcase, and it's a boatload of money, right? So closes the briefcase. Slick back ponytail. He's a ninja,
Sure he is.
so he elbow drops a crate next to him.
There's
Yeah.
bombs
And
in
there's a
this
bomb in
fucking
it.
crate.
The RPG.
Why would you elbow drop a
Yeah.
fucking nuke?
I am
knew
not
what he
on
was
this
doing.
guy's side.
He knew what he was doing.
Yeah, oh yeah, just like the director knew what he was doing.
So John Turtletop. Yeah, he
That
did.
is the badass name.
So you realize that this is a pretty shady deal here. You know, this guy's buying.
Yeah, I think the ninja tipped me off.
This
but-
guy. Why is a ninja shady?
'Cause
well, they dress in
live
all
in
black.
shadows.
They dress in all black.
No,
He's
ninjas
got
are
an
honorable.
M16.
Real ninjas are honorable.
Really?
And
Yes.
fake ninjas pull out guns.
And
Snub
also-
nose pistols, actually.
The slick back ponytail is also another.
Ninjas aren't good guys. Samurais aren't good guys. Knights aren't good guys. They're all murderers and brigands and thieves. That's
Rapists, they rape.
And Blender.
Plunder.
it. No. These ninjas blunder. These ninjas slide. Well, let's get.
All right.
The trap is set and snaps shut. The FBI charges in.
So it's an
Oh, the
FBI
FBI's here?
investigation. It's an,
What the
yeah.
fuck is going on in this movie?
It
Did you
turns
not
out
watch it?
This dude is an FBI agent.
Wait, which dude?
The Saudi Arabian guy.
Okay, just making sure. The New Yorker, Saudi. Yeah.
And so the dad, the limo driver, is an FBI agent as well.
Holy shit.
Pulls out the gun, and a bunch of FBI agents swoop in, right?
and then just stop,
Well, yeah, what are you supposed to do?
tackle him,
Yeah,
put him in handcuffs.
Move in.
Yeah.
No, they wanted
Ship
him
him
to
off to
come
prison.
quietly.
Well, this.
And they
Oh,
knew
never
that
mind.
it was obvious.
Go
it's
ahead,
not
no,
gonna
go
No,
ahead.
no, no.
Do whatever bashing
This
you
was
want.
the
Have you
real
seen?
FBI.
Have you seen American law enforcement operate? Come quietly.
Nowadays, yeah.
They'll shoot
this
you
was
in the back.
90s. This was the 90s. Things were a
Rodney
little different.
King.
That's what I was gonna say,
Rodney
Rodney
King.
King.
No,
That's
this
what I was
different.
gonna say. Slickback Ponytail's white, so they.
He is, at least like Mediterranean, maybe Greek.
Yeah, he's in that gray area of ethnicity.
So he knocks out the Saudi Arabian / New Yorker dude.
With the Judy chop.
Yeah. And calls down his ninjas. So a bunch of ninjas show up, right?
He says, "Thanks for dropping in."
Yeah. And as he says that, a bunch of ninjas drop down on the FBI agents.
No, they drop in.
They dropped in on the FBI agent.
They slide down from the ceiling like spiders.
Yeah. So
Spiders.
he's able to escape, or he's able to run away, right? He has the briefcase and the dude.
Because
Right.
the firearm armed FBI agents and the sword armed ninjas are fist fighting. Yeah.
Also, before that, the Saudi dude is not that professional. Do you
Yeah.
remember that little laugh? He was like,
They've probably
Oh,
been chasing him
like
for
that
a
was-
while. I feel like they've been chasing him for a while, and now they've got him, so he's
No, if you've been chasing them for a while, that's when you leave nothing to chance.
And you just shoot him.
No.
In the kneecaps.
You move in and take him down.
They moved in. They thought they had him. All there was a slick back ponytail and one ninja. Why do they all got to move in on him? They figured
Because he's under
they got
arrest.
their guns pointed at him. That's enough. He'll come quietly. They didn't know he
Any
had a bunch of
FBI
ninjas
agent who
down on
believes
him.
that needs
Right.
their badge.
They didn't know a
taken
lot
away.
about the guy they've been chasing for years, have they?
We don't know if it's been years.
It could have been like months or something.
They said, we know it's been a while because whenever he escapes, the dad's like, that's Slytherin, or whatever his name is, Smedley. What's his name?
Snyder.
Snyder.
Schneider.
Snyder's everything. I need Snyder. I need
Oh yeah, because they were like, we got the
Yeah.
bombs, and he's like, I don't care.
I want Snyder. We've been after Snyder for so long.
Yeah, they've been chasing this dude for a hot minute.
Nothing else? You guys got nothing else on this?
Oh yeah, well then okay, so he makes it away because they did nothing to stop him. So he
They're
runs out.
fighting
He
ninjas.
runs out the back door with like the unconscious body of South
Oh, and by
Beach
the way,
Arab,
that
and
dad
then they like
is the worst shot ever.
We're not there yet. And you try to shoot a guy flying away on a helicopter with a snub-nosed like revolver.
Well, I probably
It's
would have
not as
shot him
easy.
before he got.
he opens
That's what's
up.
wrong with that's
He
what's
opens
wrong
up
with
the
people
snatch
nowadays.
briefcase. It's all
Shoot
fake
first, ask
bills.
questions later.
It's all fake
Not all
bills.
fake bills. I would have taken the like.
I'm pretty
top
sure the
ones.
tops weren't real. It's probably just like printed paper,
Maybe.
There's like
as opposed to
Monopoly.
actual money. And then he's like, "Oh no, the FBI set me up," and then that's when he figured it out. So he runs out to the rooftop, and the dad chases after him, and a helicopter whirly birds.
He
its way
says,
up.
"Wait, hang on." He says,
Says,
oh fuck, I forgot what he says, but it's really it's great. Something about I've got to fly, and as he says
Yeah.
that, a helicopter pulls up. You can't hear the helicopter until he gets above the
Because
building.
why would you be able to?
Look,
Because the dad's in the moment. He's focused.
so focused.
so as the helicopter pulls up, it's holding a ladder, right? So he jumps on the ladder. The dad takes some shots, right? But
Misses.
he misses, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So then the black the black partner comes in, and he. What's so funny?
That is his only defining feature in this movie.
Is that he's black?
He says we got everything, you know. We got bombs. We it's like a arsenal for like World War III down there. And the dad says, you know, we've got nothing,
Snyder's everything.
you know, until we get Snyder. You know,
D.
we got
Snyder.
nothing. So we cut back
He's
to
not going to take it.
We're not gonna take it.
so I believe at this point we cut back to Snyder, right? And he's back at his headquarters or whatever.
Yeah, and he's like, "Hey, my ninjas suck."
Yeah.
And they do.
No, not this one. He's just mad because the FBI set him up, and he's mad because Samuel Douglas, the FBI agent, was there, and he's the only reason he knows Samuel Douglas is because it's revealed at this point that Mori Tanaka, who was the grandfather, was his partner back in the day, right?
That's whose hand it was.
Yes.
That's whose hand it was in the
Holy
picture.
crap.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So
Oh no.
he decides that he wants to pay his buddy Maury a little visit. Okay, so he takes his big burly bodyguard dude
Odd job.
and a couple of 4 ninjas with him to visit Mori Tanaka at his little cabin. Right?
I thought
we
there
go
was only
back to
3
the,
ninjas in this movie.
No, there
Yeah.
is 3.
What false advertising?
Excuse me.
Just had to get that out of your body.
Carry on.
That upset.
Okay, so they get to the cottage, right, and they're having dinner. They're cooking dinner, actually. Cooking dinner like ninjas cook dinner. They're chunking plates. They're slinging, rice and noodles and everything.
By the way, noodles were not a part of the dinner. I don't know why they were doing that. Because when it shows the dinner, it's literally rice and salad.
Yeah, I mean, like,
I thought
come
Tum Tum had a noodle sticking out of his mouth.
But that's
whenever
the only
he,
noodle.
Well, that's the only. That's
Well,
Maybe
he
because
ate
he
all the-
pelted Grandpa in the face with
he
it.
did pelt the grandpa in the face.
Well, that's what happened to all the noodles.
This is a funny movie. Okay, this is a movie for kids.
Well,
Yes.
and it's got gags.
Slapstick.
Yeah.
It's
But
very slapstick.
It's not one of those movies or even cartoons that has like. There's enough clever there that adults can be like, oh, I actually get a little bit of a giggle.
This
out
is
of it.
not meant for adults.
No, it's not.
No, it's not at all.
All right.
Absolutely.
I cannot take this, man.
I mean, why did we even watch this?
You
wanted
no.
This
No,
was not
Tyler.
my pick.
Tyler
Oh, wait,
picked
yeah.
this. Tyler
He
picked
ain't even
And he's
this.
not even here.
Yeah, we should slap that little.
Whoa!
Careful, he may listen to this,
Yeah,
but only maybe.
But only maybe.
All right,
Probably
so
not.
Bitch.
did anybody even tell Tyler we were doing this tonight?
Oh, I forgot.
I got a text. I wasn't in charge of this.
I just got a text.
Well, I text you because I never know if you're around your computer.
I saw
or
you
whatever.
at Crotcher.
Yeah. What did I do for you?
You
I
texted
saw
me.
you. I know I saw you at work.
Yeah.
I texted you.
Yeah.
Oh man, I didn't tell Tyler.
Oh shit.
Well, he's in for a surprise.
Anyway,
his
so
name.
Snyder comes to the cabin while they're eating dinner or while they're starting dinner. Oh shit, we forgot like the most important scene in the whole movie,
Yeah.
the naming scene.
Oh yeah.
So once they
Oh,
finished like some training, also they do the training with the dummy. So
That's after.
That's after, yeah.
that's after the
Because
naming?
he's like, hey, shit just got real, so I'm gonna teach you how to punch a man in the balls.
You're right. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Spoiler
So
alert.
there is so we get training scenes like a montage.
Gotta do a montage.
We also get do we get the pancake?
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's before all
that's
the naming.
before
of
the
it.
naming scene.
All right, so let's cut back to talk about some of the Three Ninjas training montage, right?
Mhm.
So
Gotta do a montage.
we get we see them doing some ninja training, like kicking pots at a certain like level.
Terracotta pots too. That's
Yeah,
slice
they
your
are nice
ankles
pots,
open.
but you know, Grandpa's probably got some retirement money set aside so he can buy.
He's like retired
his
criminal.
wife, his
sometimes.
wife probably had life insurance.
Yeah,
but she's
yeah.
not in this movie. So
She's
you can
not. She
assume,
passed away. Yeah,
She looks like
passed
Dolly Parton or something.
She looked big though, in the like.
Picture.
Well,
Big hair.
Lori's like
You know, big.
pretty short, anyways. But which you guys commented on quite a bit during the
I
movie.
don't think we ever said he was short.
Yeah, you did.
I said he looked like
I
a
said he
turtle.
was fat.
Fat ass turtle.
But,
He's chunky.
And I wouldn't have even brought it up except when they flip to an obvious stunt double. It's just like a regular guy with a pillow in his shirt, and
I'll
the pillow
admit-
just kind of free floats.
I'll admit, watching it now, you can tell certain things like that, you know.
Yeah.
But I am one to suspend the disbelief a bit when I watch stuff like this, mainly because I love it, but also
I feel
because
like you
it's
have
meant.
nostalgia goggles on also.
It's
Yeah.
meant.
That's fine. Nostalgia
Well, yeah,
goggles
yeah,
make the
but-
world better because if you take the nostalgia goggles off, you realize everything's burning around you.
I feel like if I had watched this as a kid growing up, I would also love it. But
Yeah,
because
you
I
would.
didn't,
I'm gonna tell you what you would have done.
I rented it as a kid.
Same thing I would have done. Same thing I did do.
What did you do?
Walk around with two of my other friends who love the series as well, and call ourselves Rocky, Colt, and Tum Tum.
You were Tum Tum?
Hell no, I was Colt. I was always Colt.
Smooth, Merle.
I would have been Tum Tum now,
I
but
don't
no.
know. This is not exact. Oh, it's fine.
Back in the day, I was definitely Colt.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Merle looks
I'm
exactly like Tum Tum,
rocking
though.
The Tum Tum.
Yeah.
Merle, you can be Tum Tum.
Yes.
We won't fight you for it.
So anyway, so we get the training montage, and then we get a scene where the kids take on the grandpa. So it's like he's coming back from like grocery shopping or something, and
Come back from Kroger.
yeah, he's come back from K. Rogers.
Tub of
right?
Guts falls out of the tree.
He just jumps out of the tree right in front of the car.
Not subtle at all.
But he's
But I
not
don't
supposed
think
to be.
he's
Yeah.
supposed to be because that was part
Yeah.
of the plan. Like
He's trying to
stop
get
the
him to
grandpa, right? While the other two swoop in.
Yeah.
one.
By the way,
But hang
Go
on,
ahead.
hang on. They,
Okay.
I know what you're gonna say, and they address this, I think, in the second.
They
movie.
try to kill this motherfucker.
Oh no!
They,
No,
okay,
they
that's
use
not,
real-
stars
real
on his
shurikens.
That's
face.
not okay. That's not what I thought you were gonna say. I thought you were gonna say the whole
Yeah,
like
that's true.
voicing your. You know how ninjas
Oh,
will
the-
do the yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that's what you were gonna say because you mentioned that during the movie, which was
Yeah.
like, oh, he didn't even He didn't even try to go stealthy at all. He just shouted that he was jumping down.
They did it the entire time.
They do that. That's what ninjas do.
But no, they threw honest to God sharpened shurikens at his face.
Hang on, yeah.
And like they're stuck in the ground. Like these aren't fake. These aren't like
These
CDs.
are real.
That's what I thought.
Which they do
I
throw
assume-
later
Set
in
up
the movie.
later.
I assume the grandpa wanted that.
Oh,
He's training them to
that's
be
because he's a sick
ninjas.
cult leader. Yeah.
He's training them to be ninjas. All right. God, I wish my grandpa would have trained me to be a fucking ninja, man.
My
I'm just
grandpa
sitting here with you douchebags
taught me how
recording
to
a
eat breakfast
ninja, a fucking
buffets.
podcast about ninjas. I'd be fucking being a ninja right now. But
My
next,
grandpa
I gotta
was
sit
in
next
World
to
War
you,
II and
drinking
would've never
fucking
let me hang
beer
out with that
and
jab.
drinking Jaeger, talking about three ninjas.
World War One. Two? One?
Two probably.
Probably two.
Two. Yeah, one was
Yeah.
like way back.
That was a
Two
long
was
time
like in the
ago.
30s
Like
and
the-
40s.
Yeah,
That was like the teens.
yeah, that was a teen. So you were. Yeah, my grandpa was in World War II. I'm gonna tell you.
It's not like
I'm
they
gonna
had
tell you a quick
choice.
story, real quick though. I'm gonna tell
No,
you a quick
we
story.
are podcasting.
No.
We don't care about your lineage.
Let me tell you this crazy story about my grandfather. He drove like the truck that picked up the dead bodies, right? So apparently there was like a window in the, like,
You can see into the.
so you could
Yeah.
see into the back of the truck, right? And he didn't literally like pick a dead body off
He
the
just
ground.
drove.
He just drove, right? So he's driving this truck and he looks back and there's like a living, like a person had gotten thrown into the back of the truck but buried under these other dead bodies, and he was just sitting there staring at my grandfather, right? And my grandfather just happened to look back and see like these eyes just like staring at him. He wasn't saying anything, wasn't shouting, wasn't trying. Probably couldn't bang on the truck though, because he was buried under like
yeah.
bodies. But
People are heavy.
they said he had to like. Then he had to get out. Obviously he stopped the truck. He didn't keep driving, but he stopped the truck, unloaded a bunch of dead bodies to get this guy out. That's crazy.
That was better than this whole movie.
Yes.
Had stakes.
Anyways, so so the grandfather comes back from grocery shopping, and the kids test their training out on him like for real. They legit use swords and ninja stars and like all their training to try to fight the grandpa.
You can see why the dad has reservations about this kind of behavior.
Sure,
Indeed.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
But does he know what's really going on over there, though?
Thank God, no. He would beat the shit out
For
of
all
those
he
kids.
knows, and it's kind of fucked up though, because for all he knows, he's just teaching them a few kicks and a few punches, and the rest of the time they're hanging out at a cabin, fucking playing in the woods, you know.
Eating rice and salad.
But yet he's all no martial arts.
Let's
He
say you
doesn't
had
really
a
know that
7,
they're-
8-year-old.
You know, teaching him ninja stars and fucking
Would you really
swords
want
and shit.
Eleanor?
Just come in and karate kick you in the face.
I took karate when I was young.
As did I.
So yeah,
I made it all the way to black belt.
no, you did.
I swear to God I did.
But I'll tell you what, that's a lie.
You're a kid black belt. Not
Yeah,
a
I was a
black
kid
belt.
black belt.
Yeah.
I made it to orange belt.
I made it to black.
Mine's
Karate fight right here, right
Right
now.
here.
Watching
Shirtless.
Nerdy.
Mine's a
Please,
shirtless.
please keep your shirts on. I want to see blood, not nipples.
Damn.
What about bloody nipples?
Okay, Merle and I will meet in the middle on bloody nipples.
Okay.
So
So what's this now?
they do their training. The
I
grandpa
have no idea what's
obviously
going on.
bests them.
Right.
You know, not best them, but he gets away. He gets away.
Yeah, he flies up a tree,
He throws a smoke bomb.
A smoke bomb.
and then he appears 40 feet in the air.
I do not sit in a tree with
that is not okay. You're being racist. All right. First off,
There's been 3 racist comments already. I've been keeping track. One of my main. So.
he teaches them a couple of important lessons. Step 1, rule number 1:
Never.
don't fight a battle unless you're gonna win.
He loses.
He does not lose. He gets away.
They lost.
They lost. So that's the lesson. Don't fight the battle unless you're gonna win. They fought
Although
a battle
he did puss
and,
out,
and they
so.
lost. I don't think running's pussing out. You got 1 against 3. 3 being having ninja stars
There's a
and
difference
swords.
between a tactical retreat to
That's what he
reinforce
did.
your position and then shooting up a tree.
He could have jumped back down if he wanted to, and probably like, stabbed one of them or something. If this was a real fucking battle,
He should have. That would have made a movie.
Yes.
Then the brothers have to take revenge on Grandpa, and it's an
of course
emotional train wreck.
He taught him a very important lesson, which is rule number 2: don't climb a tree that's full of thorns.
That never comes
Don't
into
fall
play
on a
ever
briar
again.
That wasn't
patch.
funny to y'all?
No.
So are you telling me?
It's a little.
So you're telling me
heavy-handed.
Yeah, it's
that now?
forced.
I feel like up until this point, up until the first like laugh that you guys did out loud, you were trying to hold it in. You were doing your best.
How was it?
Maybe not Kevin. Kevin's the only one that I can legit get down with not enjoying this movie.
I mean, we could watch Rubber-Dubbers if you want.
I don't know what that is.
It's a kids' show.
But I feel like Tommy liked it because Tommy's like me. Tommy's a child at heart. And I think Merle actually legit enjoyed it because, again, Merle is like me. Merle's a child at heart. Drew,
You can like something and it not be good. It's
Yeah.
okay.
he said he didn't
But-
like it, though.
but
Tommy
did.
said Tommy gave a hell no to liking it.
I wanted to like
In
it.
a
Like as much
binary
as you like it
sense-
and as much as you drive this movie, I was messing with you. I really wanted to like it, and I just didn't.
It was like I get it. I remember that time when those movies were coming out.
Yeah.
The Surf Ninjas and
Yeah,
the,
Surf Ninjas is coming up soon.
Home Alone. That
Get
kind
ready,
of thing.
people. But anyway, so
See,
let's.
Home Alone's one
we're
that I would
only
have
like
nostalgia
15
Home
with.
Alone's the best
We're only like 15 minutes
Home
into this
Alone 2.
movie.
of the genre.
By the way, and
Home
we're like
Alone
an
2.
hour into this podcast.
This specific genre.
Home Alone
Home Alone's
2.
the business. That's right. We're 10 minutes into this movie. We haven't even met the bad guys hardly. Or not, there are 3 groups of bad guys. So
Yeah.
we've met one.
Yeah, we met one.
I'm
So-
ready for surfers. All right, what about me? You don't think I
Surfers.
like this movie? Or you do think
Surfers.
I really like this movie?
I don't give a shit what you think. You sit over there on your fucking ivory tower and you think you're better than everyone, and I don't care.
You
I don't
patented
even
it, you patented it, and you put it on a plastic lunchbox and
care.
you sell it. Now you sell it.
Fucking Jurassic Park nerds.
We gotta
Good
watch that.
movie. That's a good movie.
That's a great
Yeah.
that's a great movie.
Yeah,
That's a
no,
classic.
no
No.
beef.
Yeah. No, that's legit. Like up there is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Well, I think I can make sure what make this movie better if it had Kevin Bacon in it.
My God, if Kevin Bacon showed up in this movie,
What the fuck would
Just-
he have done?
he would have danced. He would have fucking danced.
No.
puts Tum Tum in the corner.
All right, so that's the wrong movie, douchebag. All right, so nobody even heard Kevin. Here's the funny thing about this podcast. Nobody heard Kevin say nobody backs Tum Tum into a corner. So nobody knew why the hell I was saying
That's the wrong
movie, douchebag. All right, so
Now you do, and it's not funny.
it is fun.
Not now.
Well, not now.
Yeah,
not
because
when
you had
know
to
it.
explain.
Yeah, not when you have
If
to
you got to
explain
explain the joke, it's not funny anymore.
it. So Snyder shows up at the cabin,
Schneider.
right, with 4 ninjas. They
But the
jump
movie's
out,
called Three
right,
Ninjas.
and Grandpa and the 3 ninjas step out, right.
Kick ass.
Hang on. Well,
They kick it.
the grandpa tells the 3 ninjas to stay back.
Which they don't because they're
Well, no,
kids.
they don't, because they are kids. Why are they kids?
They're idiots.
Can we skip
'Cause
to
they're-
the basketball scene?
We're-
Yes.
That was good. Like that scene
Okay,
was
see,
fucking
here's the thing.
good.
Here's the thing. I joked saying, "Here comes the greatest scene." in
It
the
was
movie,"
awesome.
because I knew for a fact that's literally the worst scene in the
No,
movie.
that's the one scene I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
That's the one scene
I like
that's the most like unrealistic. I could
that
see,
one,
I could
that
see
one,
the kids.
3
setting
children,
up, yes.
or okay, 4 children playing basketball is more unrealistic than 3 children
Hang
being
on, hang on,
fucking
hang on.
ninjas with
See,
an old Asian man in the woods.
You're not explaining.
No,
it right.
no, no, that's the fucking
You're not explaining
movie.
it right. You're not explaining it right.
How is
Kevin!
he not explaining it right?
3 ninjas in a house creating weapons out of household items
there
is more
already?
realistic than 4 kids and 2 of them doing the Michael Jordan,
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
badass.
from the
That was
fucking free throw line. Free throw, what is it? Free throw? Or
No, he did it
Free-
from half
free-
court.
free-
half court. That's even worse,
Yeah.
right?
No, it's
the
that makes it
hell are y'all
more
talking about?
awesome.
he literally jumped like he did the Michael Jordan.
We're talking about
jump.
the same movie still?
We
Yeah.
are still. In the
You're
same
talking
movie.
about from Space Jam.
Oh yeah, no, you're talking about when
I'm trying to say,
Or just
what
in
I'm trying
general.
to
What's
say
his
is,
name?
Because Michael Jordan jumped from.
Drew claims that the best scene in the movie, and I joked about it when we were actually watching the
No,
movie.
that was a
was
good
the
scene.
basketball scene.
no, yeah, that kid flew. Like,
That was fucking awesome.
I don't get how you feel that was the best scene. In the
Because
movie.
I got to make NBA Jam references. Boom shakalaka.
You were speechless through the whole scene.
No, I was like this. No, I was screaming boom shakalaka.
All you were screaming was, "There's black guy." There's black person number 2 and black person number
Yeah,
3.
because they
There's
had to
bonus
have.
black person.
Yeah, because there's only supposed to be 3.
This was a different time. We're talking about literally like 20 years ago.
What Tom?
No, honestly, like this was a movie. This was a movie about 3 white kids.
aren't they like quarter Asian?
Yeah, they would
Yeah.
be.
They wouldn't be a quarter.
Yeah,
I guess
they
they would
would.
be a quarter Asian. Yeah,
Yeah,
they would be
'cause
a
she's
quarter
half
Asian.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she's half Asian, so they'd be a quarter Asian. Yeah.
Let's bring out our Punnett squares.
What? All right.
You don't know what a Punnett square is?
I don't.
It's the.
I know what a punt is.
Big X, little x, and you figure out
And
the
yeah,
dominant
you do that
recessive.
shit in college.
Oh, I see.
Erica
I
was
learned that in
doing.
high school.
Oh, where did you?
Yeah.
Erica learned that shit in college.
It's like a genetics thing.
It's a genetics thing.
Okay.
Yeah. It's she learned
It's
it with
supposed
flowers.
to identify
Yeah, the bean plants.
Yeah.
yeah.
dominant recessive traits.
Gotcha.
I remember there was one night when she was like having so much trouble trying to figure out this, like she had to create the graph thing to do the square or whatever, and she could not figure it out, and it took me and a buddy of mine like 30 fucking minutes
You
to
should
try to
just
figure
called. We're like,
Well, I didn't know you knew pundit squares. I'll remember that for next time though.
yeah, next time we're fucking
Next
with
time.
squares.
All right,
So if we're at the basketball thing,
we aren't anywhere
Okay.
near the basketball scene.
Okay.
You just brought up the basketball
It's
scene.
the best scene.
So where are we at? Ninja
We're
fight.
still-
Ninja
we're
fight on the
s-
farm.
They just got to the ninja fight on the farm.
Dang. This is
10 minutes in.
We're 1,100 bars.
We are a
Get
good
to the-
45 minutes into this podcast. All right,
10 minutes into the movie.
let's just cut. Look,
Let's cut through the old bullshit
let me just everybody shut up. Everybody shut up and let me do this real
Cliff
quick.
note
All right,
it.
Please.
let me cliff notes this. All right,
Ninjas, 3 of them.
I'm pretty sure I
was
started
an old
this sentence
man.
with "shut up." Everybody,
Movie was
shut up.
sort
You're
of
vamping. You're the
mediocre.
one taking up time.
Yeah, right. I'm
Yeah.
helping you.
We're trying to speed this along, and
So what?
you want to dissect this movie scene by scene.
So Tum Tum fought off the ninjas with some salad tongues, right? And then he's like, "Hey, my ninjas suck. Your kids are cool. Train my ninjas." And he's like, "No." And then they go home. And Dad's talking to Black FBI agent, and the kids are like, hey Dad, we're crazy kids, and we're jumping around behind you." And he's like, "Shut up, I'm working here. I'm working here." And they're like, "Boo, you suck and you don't love us." And then the girl comes, and they're like, "Hey, you got a girlfriend." And then they go inside. And that's we're like
No, they
15,
ride
20
bikes.
minutes in.
They ride bikes.
No, not yet.
And then the bully
No.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Oh!
Slick back ponytail tells his little buddy. He's like, "Hey, little buddy, get your little buddies to little buddy on this bitch." And they're like, he calls the surfers, and they're like, "Oh, check this out! Look at that body!" And it's a
while we're
surfboard.
holding
Whoa,
up.
whoa, whoa,
That
whoa,
was
whoa, whoa!
funny. That
okay,
was funny.
Now you need to stop.
That
Okay,
was
Calm
funny.
yourself
we're
down.
at the surfers
Because
Go
the
ahead.
magazine says surf
Okay,
chicks.
so hang on. Let's just cut back.
And
just
there's a surf
tiny-
chick on
Can we
the
just
front
cut back
cover.
a tiny bit?
How far
Okay.
is a tiny
Just
bit?
to homeboy Colin.
Okay, so at the beginning of the movie,
No. Not that far.
There
back.
was a title
No.
screen.
So Snyder tells his little buddy
Yeah.
there's a little buddy on these.
to get to,
On these
to
fellers.
find a way to get the kids, right?
Yeah.
So he says, "I've got 3 dudes that could maybe do this for us," right? So he calls them up.
Dudes,
So
they are.
we cut to a scene. The shot is the cover like
It says
folded
Surf
open
Chicks.
of a magazine called Surfer Chicks.
And it's a
got
centerfold.
chick-
It's a
it's got like
centerfold.
a chick with a bikini holding like a surfboard, right? On the cover. And they're like, and you got this guy saying, you got 3 guys, and they're saying, "Oh man, what I wouldn't give to like."
But how are they saying it?
Honestly, I'm like
dude.
drunk. I'm
They
drunk.
they talk. It's like Wayne's World and
California.
no, I was gonna say Bill and Ted.
Surfer Ninjas.
It's like Wayne from
Bill and
Wayne's
Ted's
World and
awesome.
Bill and Ted. That's the three. The three surfers.
Like that.
That was 3 bars of dude. Yeah, so they're like,
Let's go for 4, Merle.
I can do it.
start. Wait. No, stop.
Let's not.
Start.
Dude.
That was 2 bars.
That was gross.
You have failed this city. That was an arrow
You
reference.
failed this city on rock and roll.
All right, so
Damn.
he says, yeah. So they're saying like, what I wouldn't give to be on a beach with this chick right now, you know, or with this like
With this body.
with
She
this body
is-
right
what
now.
did it say?
She is smoking like
For
she's
modern
super
man to
hot.
enjoy
Yeah,
or
she
whatever.
is an instrument for modern man to enjoy.
And you're like, damn,
And then
that's sexist as shit.
right.
And
And
then it
you're
shows
thinking, you're obviously thinking, this chick's got to be smoking hot, right?
Yeah.
It cuts to the other side of the magazine,
It
and
was
they're
just-
looking at a surfboard stuck in the sand.
No chicken sight.
Okay,
To be fair,
this is what I wanted. This is what I want to say.
It was
this,
funny.
this setup has been used in a lot of movies, but I don't know how old it was then.
I
Like
wanna-
that.
Yeah. Because this was like 93
Yeah.
or 92 or something like
This
that.
movie's older than I am.
I want to say this though. I literally hate you guys
Aw, thank
right
you.
now because this was the first time anybody LOL'd during this movie. And there was a ton
Yeah,
of
but
moments
It's a
for
visual.
you guys
It's
to
a
laugh.
visual gag, though. It's hard to recap verbally.
So anyway, so they
Oh no.
I'll have it. No, you haven't had it in like
I have had
I
3
took like
shots.
5 shots between your 1 shot.
You might need to slow down. You're losing control, sir.
Well, you know, you guys are like dissing one of my favorite movies of my childhood. And it's really disappointing.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
2.
Don't get me
Lost
started
in New
on,
York.
on TMNT. That's
What,
not
you
Lost
hate
in New
it?
Secret of the Ooze. Lost in New York is Home Alone 2, which is another one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah, though, don't diss.
No, so
TMNT was just lost its mind.
no TMNT Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1
is good.
was
It's good.
fantastic. Yeah.
2 was getting a little silly.
2 was good too.
Getting into Three Ninjas territory because they don't.
Oh, bullshit.
They've got these lethal weapons on their turtle backs, and they don't use them. They use
Why would you?
to murder.
To kick ass.
To
Okay.
win.
All right.
Basketball scene?
Basketball scene.
No, not yet.
Come on, Kevin, get us to basketball!
Okay, so the surfers end up
apologize.
holding up the store
You're not even telling the good parts, the funny parts.
because if we okay, go ahead. What am I
No. I legit don't even care anymore.
missing? That's the spirit. So they
No,
hold
so the guy says, they're
Little buddy.
looking at the magazine, right? And then the cashier says, "Hey,
Did you have food?
you either
Sort of.
this is no library. You either buy or you go, right?" And he says, "Oh, my bad." And so he turns to his one buddy and he says, "Hey, go get some like chips and salsa." I'm paraphrasing,
Yeah,
right?
it's
And then he tells the other guy, "And go get those little like candies that we really enjoy, right?" And then he turns to the cashier and he says, "Oh, and you, my good man, open up the cash register, right?"
Yeah.
And he pulls a snub-nosed revolver
It's
out,
like a 38.
right? And he says, "That's right. Us 3 boneheads are sticking you up." And so
It cuts away to
it
the
cuts
other
away
two
to the other
friends,
2 guys,
Yeah.
and each one has like
a gun in their mouth.
One dude does have a gun.
one
in
has a
his
gun
mouth.
in his mouth, and he's got like chips in his hand or something. The other one's got his gun in his hand, but he's got like
Fun
candy,
dip.
you know. So he says, at that point, he gets a page.
yeah.
So
Sign
this
of
is
the
where we're
times.
showing the times, right? So he looks at his pager, and then this kind of crap is funny to me. He just stuck the dude up, right? Told him to open up the cash register. Well, he gets this page, and he says, "Excuse me, sir, could we borrow your telephone, please?" All right, and so
that's
he
cute.
gets a phone call, and it's from Snyder's little buddy,
Mm-hmm.
and he says, "Go and get these kids."
And if you don't, I will kill you.
He says, "Is there? Can we just get you any 3 kids, or is there a specific kids you want?" No, but this is actually a joke for the adults. I feel because he says he doesn't say kids, he says boys. So in the background, Snyder is like lifting weights. He's like bench pressing some shit, right? And so little dude, little buddy, I think is what you guys refer to him as, is got him on speakerphone, and he's right. And Fester, who is the leader of the three bullies, says,
I thought Fester was the Asian.
Fester is the leader of the three bullies.
He's Wayne. He's Wayne's World's Wayne.
He says, "Do you want any little boys, or can we just? No, do you want any random little boys, or is there a specific three boys that you want?" And at this point, the camera cuts to Snyder, who's bench pressing, and he looks at dude with this like weird expression.
Yeah.
Like obviously that was a like you shouldn't have said it that way, because now it does sound weird to us. You know
Rapey
what
now.
we're doing. You know. And then he says, "No, I got 3 kids. I want you to kidnap." Right? And he says, If you don't do this right, we're gonna kill you." And then he hangs up. Now you know
if
what?
you think about it, they have,
Take it from there, because I'm just gonna drink.
They have no motivation to kidnap these kids, honestly.
To force Grandpa into training his
Uh,
ninja.
he wants to use
So they
the
just
kids
need
as leverage
one
to
kid.
stop the grandpa. No, he wants the grandpa to use. Okay.
His ninja knowledge to train
No,
his
no,
ninjas,
no,
that's
no.
what
He wants the grandpa to use. Yes, you're right. To use the grandpa knowledge to train the ninjas.
Grandpa
right?
knowledge.
But the only way the grandpa knowledge.
Like Father Time.
The only way he's going to do it is if he has some incentive. And the incentive is, I have your grandkids. Stop your son-in-law from getting the FBI
Do you think
on
this
you.
dude will really kill these kids, though?
Sure,
Yeah.
why not? I would.
Dude, he's crazy.
The
Now,
You want me to
know what?
shotgun through this,
Because-
get some
Because
progress?
Drew wants Kevin to do it all. Just do it.
okay.
I'm gonna-
so
I'm gonna-
Let's go!
Here we go.
So they roll up on the kid's house and they see the dad and his FBI get out of the car, and they're like, "Oh shit, the feds!" And they say, "Well, tomorrow's another day, so they're going to get them tomorrow." So the kids are riding to school tomorrow, and the van homies are chasing them, and the girlfriend's with them at one point, and then they're not, and then we're introduced to the third sect of the bad guys, the teenage bullies, which leads later to
Basketball!
Yes.
It's the best scene in the movie. They
That
fucking
just
get it.
if anybody's listening to this with headphones,
They get it.
They wouldn't listen to this.
They fly through the air with the greatest of ease. They boom shakalaka this shit. They're these 11-year-old, 8-year-old kids are slam dunking it. It's the best scene.
they're ninjas.
They
saying,
should be
they're
playing
ninjas.
basketball. I don't know
Yeah.
what they're doing, wasting their time with the old creepy Asian in the woods. They should be playing basketball because they are the
They
white
got the
Michael
sick
Jordan.
skills.
I feel like they
Fucking.
I feel like they did a great job of taking their ninja training and turning it into like real life training.
Practical uses,
yeah, exactly.
Because of what?
They're at school.
No, scream what they were doing.
They're no, don't scream it. Don't
I
scream
wouldn't
it.
scream. Have you ever heard
I know
me
you
scream?
wouldn't scream it, but this douchebag over next to you would. All right.
I wouldn't say that.
Can you please, for our listeners, tell them what they did?
They kicked ass in basketball.
No, the bullies.
They did
took
not
the
play
girlfriend's
horse.
Bike.
They played 2-10, 2v2.
The girlfriends took.
and they kicked ass.
Is anybody else drunk?
I'm not drunk.
Not
I
drunk
am.
enough.
I am. Because I'm the only one drinking the Jägermeister.
That's because you're drinking to kill the pain.
That's all me, from the J to the S.
He went to go get something.
I don't drink a bunch. Come on, dude. Okay,
Basketball!
so
Shit, man.
on their way to the first day of school, because as we all know, they've been on summer vacation. They ride bikes to school, which is a fucking normal ass thing, by the way.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Or it was back then.
So
Why do you have to clarify? Like, nobody was talking shit about the fact
I just
that-
feel like
I
you're
could see
gonna
someone
talk
being
shit,
like,
you're
"Oh,
gonna-
how are they getting
no,
there?"
not not somebody. You and
Me?
you and you.
I haven't started shit on
Dude, I
it.
used to walk to school.
I
rode my
haven't
bike to
shit
school.
on it yet.
I lived
so
right
don't
by the
say.
school and I still drove.
Well, because you were a rich kid.
He'd slide into his hover round and
Yeah. So
My rascal.
they decide to. That would be awesome. That would be fucking awesome. All right. By the way, we looked at a yearbook of us. I was in the 8th grade, I believe, or 7th. Was it 7th? Anyways, you weren't even in the yearbook.
Okay.
That's how young you are. That's
sorry.
why you don't get this movie.
You hang out with me. You choose on your own volition. You text me and call me up and be like, hey, bro, you want to kick it? Like, yes, I do. And then you would just want to bash me on fucking internet. So you know
That's what the internet's for. Porn and drama.
So
Or both.
you look like Chris Evans.
Thank you.
Not anymore.
You look like Evanescence, and I'm sorry.
Dang.
I think he looks like a Mythbuster.
All right. Fuck you. Fuck you. You're cool.
Close the
Merle's,
door.
Merle's like the best person I know, so I can't say anything. I can't say anything about
I
Merle.
feel like the last 3 podcasts we've done has been in the AT-AT shirt.
I love you.
Merle has ass shirt.
I was
Yeah.
wearing this
He
last
has an
podcast.
ass-
You were wearing
shirt.
that last time.
It's been a week or so.
Who else is drunk?
I think it's just you, bro.
Yeah.
Well, somebody else lead the podcast then.
Kevin had it, and then you're like, no,
And
you're
then
not
you
telling
had
it
to
Because you're
right.
not
You're
telling
not
it.
telling the story right.
Recap it. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, the
go
reason
ahead.
I was doing it that fast is because you'd stop and we'd
Go
stop
ahead,
and
go
just
ahead.
focus on the scene. I don't remember what were we doing. Space
We're at
Jam.
the
We're at Space
basketball.
Jam.
They get the girlfriend's. The bullies steal the girlfriend's bike.
They play
Yes.
basketball and get it
The
back.
the
And
teenage
so-
bullies.
Yeah, the teenage bullies.
The third
So
villains.
while at school, they decide to play basketball,
Mm-hmm.
and the bet is if the 3 ninjas win,
They lose
2
their-
ninjas, they lose their. No, they
If
get
they
the girlfriend's
lose, they
bike.
lose their bike. If they win, they win back the girlfriend.
Exactly.
Laugh.
No, he
That what?
makes.
He says, he calls him Colt, and he's like, oh, little horsey, well, you want some hay?
Oh,
and
yeah.
nobody says anything. He says, laugh.
Dude, I
A
swear
bully.
to God,
He's
during
a
the
straight-up
primaries,
bully.
Jeb Bush was giving a speech and he ended and he said, "Please clap."
No,
And I
yes,
was just like, oh.
I remember that. Yeah, you're
That's
right.
what that made me think of.
All right, so go ahead, continue.
Oh, they win. They get the bike back. One kid flies.
Explain the scene. Explain the scene.
They cheat. They bounce the ball. It's a foul. There's all kinds of traveling. Goaltending. They use their ninja
Goaltending?
skills.
This isn't hockey. This isn't
No,
hockey.
that's what it's called. It's
There's goaltending in basketball.
Anyway,
There's goaltending
they use their
in
ninja
basketball.
skills to
Am
cheat
I
the
the
shit
only
out
one
of
that
us.
shuts the door?
Oh my God, is this a thing? Is this a thing now?
Yes, sir. Ooh.
Well, another podcast lost, I'm afraid. So I'll try to recap this story
Wow.
while they're. I don't even know how to describe it. But so they win back the girlfriend's bike. But actually, you know what? Before they do, she's criticizing him. She's like, "Why are you showing off?" It's like, lady, he didn't start this. Maybe the middle kid, maybe the bully, not the older kid. I understand that sometimes as a girlfriend, you got to pull your weight and you got to shut some shit down just so they know who's in charge. But he did not pick
Charles
this
is
fight.
in charge.
That's right. Thank you, Merle. But anyway, they get her bike back, and so she's cool with it because she got some material benefit out of it. And they go home. I'm sure I'm missing something. But they go home, and then the mom's going to go on a date or something. I don't know. So they got to get a babysitter who looks like, who's that guy?
Nanny McPhee.
Sure.
Who said that? Who talked about Charles in charge?
That was old Merkin.
You're my favorite person in the world, man. What the?
Why did you put that in your body?
So where are we at?
We just made it home. We met the babysitter,
Oh yeah, so the babysitter comes in. So
Dana Carvey. Yeah.
the kids thought that
Does look like church lady.
the mom apparently has to go like pick up her husband from the FBI
For a
agency or
long
something.
time.
Yeah,
Like, it must be
she's like getting earrings on, so it
2
looks like a
hours
baby.
Maybe they're going
away.
for dinner.
She's
Something.
cheating.
Yeah, they're probably for going
She's
for
getting an
dinner.
abortion.
She's cheating. And so the kids realize, okay, well, we got to stay home for the night. So the babysitter comes in.
And you know she's a loser because she's got her hair in rollers.
Well, she's old.
Yeah, I know. We're supposed to hate her.
because it's just a kids movie.
So,
it's one and adults are just bad.
I think this is the first time when we get we see the can phone.
Oh, yes.
So
This is your favorite
Rocky
thing.
Rocky has a can phone connected to his girlfriend Emily's house
Who
next door.
conveniently lives across the street.
Next door.
Location,
Oh, they're not
location.
No, they're
location.
next door. They have a line connecting the can.
Yeah,
Do you
that
not
would've
know
been a
how
lot
can
harder.
phone works?
I never knew a can phone worked.
Do you not know how a can phone works?
No.
They never really were.
There's
Tommy's
Yeah.
literally was born in the 2000s, weren't you?
I was born in '94.
You're born
You know,
94?
2094.
Tommy's older than I am.
Is he really?
Holy, you were born
How old are you,
94?
Tommy?
Yeah,
How old are you?
23.
Holy shit.
94. I feel like we did this on Alien.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
How old are you?
I was born in 95.
He was watching True Lies or something.
Oh, True Lies is such a good movie.
Yeah.
Jamie Lee Curtis is coming back to Halloween
Gross.
But she's dead.
40 years later. Did she die in the movie?
Yeah.
She died in.
That was the only good scene in
Resurrection.
H2O.
Yeah.
Or, I'm sorry, Resurrection, you're right. She was the lead in H2O.
I haven't
very
seen any of them
First scene.
Halloween
except like
Resurrection?
the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the last one.
With Jaw Rule or some shit.
Yeah, Ninja kicked
Who was that? That was
So
Mr. T, I think.
Sure.
It was not Mr. T.
So, okay.
I'll tell you the book.
The kids are up there. One's playing Super Mario Brothers 3. He's on that level
That
in
is
World
the best
5
part of the movie.
where you get in the boot, but he's not to the boot. Or no, he's the level before that.
yeah,
It's not important. But,
they have the Tiger games,
yes.
which I thought were cool, man. Back in the day, it
They
was one
wanted
game.
you
It
to
was
think.
one single game. So you have like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
They used to give them out in McDonald's Happy Meals. I know what you're talking about.
yeah.
They weren't cool.
They had Sonic the Hedgehog ones.
So
I'm
the
grateful
burglars
for
come,
everyone I received, but they weren't cool.
The kidnappers
I don't
come.
have any of mine anymore.
The robbers come.
My
The
parents-
burglars come.
They pie
right?
face her with a
They
pizza.
pie face the burglar,
Which
So,
is a pie.
The
I was gonna say,
babysitter.
yeah, it is a
So
pizza
they
pie.
decide to pretend to be pizza delivery men. And they
if
tell her,
you don't pay.
"Yeah, we're gonna TP your house." Right? So she opens the door. They pie her in the face, push her in the closet. Right?
And then
the
stick a
dude says,
chair against the-
"Dude, uncool, bro." And he says, "Whoa, sensitive." And he opens the door and he gets a slice of pizza out. And he's like, "All right." He's like, so then they slime. They put the
First we feast, then we felony.
first we feast, then we felony.
There is a sort of like emotionally disconnected horror to the existence of these surfer guys. They are my favorite characters.
This is what I wanted to get into right here.
Like, they're so just, like, everything's just fucking wrong in their heads. They kind of remind me of, in Bill and Ted, the second one, I forget, but they have, like,
Bogus
evil
Journey.
robot Bill and Ted. And it's like they have all their mannerisms, but they're evil.
Yep.
That's who these are.
So Colt happens to witness the pie in the face of the babysitter. So he goes back into the room and he tells the guys, "All right, I got two things: good news and bad news.
There's pizza guys.
The good news is the pizza guys just creamed the." I think he said creamed. Maybe I'm just pulling
Maybe.
that out of my butt.
Well,
but,
if he pied them in the face and
pied-
it's creamed, would it be a cream pie in the face?
possibly,
That's how that
possibly.
works.
I don't know if that was a thing at that point.
Well, it is now.
It is now, definitely. So they just
Poor
pied.
Dana
Let's just say
Carvey.
pied. Let's just say pied. Let's keep it. Let's
Pizza.
keep it R at least, not NC-17. So they pied the babysitter in the face, and Tum Tum and Rocky are like, "Yeah," and he's like, "The bad news is
They have guns.
they're carrying guns."
They're packing hate.
So they say, "Let's call the police." Well, we have no phone in here. Well, let's call Emily on the can phone, and she'll call the police. But Colt's like, "Hang on. This could be a good opportunity to use our martial arts training
Fucking moron.
to fuck these dudes up, right?
Yeah.
And show Dad that this martial arts training is worth a damn."
And by martial arts training, he means vegetable
Slapstick
oil
comedy.
and, yeah.
Ninjas,
Jelly beans.
Ninjas use jelly beans to fuck people up. All right?
Only in this movie. And
right,
strangely
so-
enough, twice in this movie.
That's true. All right, so they in a fucking badass scene.
Whoa, did you know that real ninjas, you know those eggs that you get on Easter sometimes and they're like
Oh,
full of confetti
Cadbury.
or whatever?
Yeah.
No,
Talking
they're
about
full, of,
Cadbury
they're
eggs?
full of confetti. Like they're real eggs, but they have confetti in them. Like somehow they get confetti in the eggs. Have you never seen these?
You talking about like the plastic eggs?
No, like real ass eggs.
It's not important. Go ahead.
Real ass ninjas, instead of using jelly beans, they would fill these eggs with like glass dust and smash it and throw it in their enemies' eyes.
Yeah.
Cut their eyes to shit and then kick ass. They didn't use jelly beans. So no, jelly beans are not used by ninjas, James.
I would have
Maybe
been
fat
They're
ones.
used by
a little
Yeast
bit.
ninjas?
I would have been a little bit offended if these kids threw glass in the eyes.
No,
Now,
I would have
granted,
been like, hell
they did
yeah.
lynch one of the surfers, but we're not there yet.
All right, so they in a badass scene, they decide to put their new. Okay, by the way, at the name giving, did we ever tell that?
Yeah, it was Tum Tum, Colt, and
Yeah,
Shotgun and fat ass.
No,
Tum Tum,
the
Colt, and
grandpa
Rocky.
gave them new names. They
Rocky's
gave them
the
names.
oldest, Colt's the middle,
Yeah, exactly. Colt's the middle. Rocky's the oldest.
Tum
and
Tum's the fat one.
youngest.
Hollywood fan.
So they put on their masks. He gives them new masks. Rocky's is like more green. Colt's is more blue, and then Tum Tum's I think is more orange. Right? Am I right? And so they put those on. They put their
Gis.
ninja suits on. Yeah, they're gis. Good job. Which again,
Which is just martial
green,
arts.
blue, and orange. And cuts. I love this scene because it cuts to the kidnappers, and they're like,
They're eating pizza, by
Yeah,
the
they're
way. If
talking
you're
about-
wondering how these kids had time to get dressed, change clothes, and all that,
And
the
plan
kidnappers
ahead.
are eating pizza.
yeah. So they're eating pizza, and they're talking about how maybe we should save some of this pizza for the kids we're napping because they're probably pretty nice kids. And then at that point it cuts back to Colt, and he's digging through his toy box, and he's like, "Where's all the slingshots and the knife throwers?" And one of them says, "Well, Dad hit him or whatever." He's like, "Oh, great!" So now at this point they realize they have to come up with some like Home Alone,
Top
type of
Shenanigans.
shenanigans, right? So they come up with a plan. And they tell Colt, "All right, Colt, go into the spare bedroom that Mom is redoing. Tum Tum, you go to the kitchen." Makes sense. And Rocky never tells what he's going to do.
It's a good thing they never use their masks again, because when he gets into the spare bedroom, he spray paints his mask solid white.
He uses his mask.
Yeah, he wears it then, but like after that, like
Well, yeah, he leaves it on the kitchen counter.
which his grandpa gave it to him, saying when I received my name, this was going. So
That's
he's just
true.
destroyed this family heirloom
that is,
to slapstick some surfers.
Well, technically they were defending themselves.
Yeah, I'm not saying I missed the mask. I'm just saying, like,
all right,
Yeah, oh,
continue. I'm gonna drink.
you want a glass?
Nah,
It's not made of glass.
it's a really small shot.
Yes, because it's not a race.
It's not beer pong.
I'm just used to drinking like a ton at one time.
Mm.
So they come up with some
I wonder
ideas.
if that burrito's still at your house.
It probably is.
Wow.
I'm gonna eat it.
I'm not going to my house to get a burrito for you to eat.
I wish there was breadsticks in the road.
Can we please finish this? We are literally
Like
Halfway
halfway.
through the
Yeah,
movie.
this is ridiculous.
Yeah, this
We need another Kevin Spino.
Shotgun montage.
okay. I'll tell you what. I can
because
do
this
it.
is a lot of detail.
I know I can do it.
Go
If
ahead.
you want to stop somewhere, stop me. They fight the bad guys. At the end, they save the babysitter, or so they thought.
They're captured because
And then
Honda
they're
comes
captured.
in.
There. Is that
Okay.
what you wanted me to fucking do?
I would have brought up the diarrhea.
Oh
yeah.
Obviously,
Dude, I gotta take a wicked dump. And then he doesn't even wipe. He gets his ass kicked on the toilet and a plunger on his mouth.
One kid ties a bunch of neckties together, and then like
With
wraps
keys.
it around the guy's throat, and then just like swings off the balcony, hanging him. He's dead.
that's the
Not
only,
really,
that's
but he
the
should be.
only part that I was like, get
Holy
prepared
shit.
because this could possibly kill this dude. Like, this should kill this guy.
I wonder
He
how
should've
many
choked to
kids
death.
murdered their babysitters with the hanging necktie.
I tried it. I'm just kidding. No,
But anyway,
I-
for some reason they dumped a bunch of X-Lax in like a
Coke.
a
Well, because
Coke, yeah, and then they gave it to the
Tum Tum-
burglars, and the burglars were like, "Fuck yeah, Coca-Cola."
Tum Tum builds these like bombs,
Yeah,
right?
he puts red
And,
pepper
and
Red
like
pepper,
with cayenne and red and chili
in a
and like all
coffee
that.
filter.
Throws them in the face of the burglars, and it stings their eyes and stuff. And so
So of course they want to
Some
drink.
of it also gets in there.
yeah, it gets in their mouths. So of course they're going to want to drink. So
Their mouths are burning.
they just happen to get a drink with that pizza delivery. Remember, and luckily the burglars, kidnappers / robbers, whatever they are,
Surfers.
surfers, did not drink it. So they dump a bunch of X-Lax in it, and Tum Tum walks in, and he fakes drinking it. He's like,
Yeah.
man, this is good. And he sits it on the counter, and the burglar's like, give me that. And so they drink it between the two of them drink it between themselves.
By,
And so, yeah. Go
By
ahead,
the-
Tommy. No, take it over, Tommy.
oh, I'm sorry. Well, by the way they was doing it, that cup would be empty by the time that.
Yeah,
That's what I
they
said.
were chugging.
Before with the spilling and the chugging, there should have been none.
They
It
emptied
looked-
the whole bottle though. Like it was medicinal stuff, and they emptied the whole bottle into it and they drank it. It's
And they
silly,
would
but
have
it
been
does.
able to taste it.
But
How
you
do
know
you
what?
know?
To their credit, it's not like that '70s show where it's like as soon as they took it, they ran to the bathroom.
Yeah.
There was a good couple of minutes in between
Yeah.
where they go up to the kid's bedroom to find a weakness, which is an interesting level of thought for these surfer numbskulls.
Also, what weakness
They've-
would you expect to find in a child's room? Like,
I don't know, like
this stuffed animal must be his favorite.
Maybe.
Let's
maybe like an insulin shot, so they throw powdered sugar in his face or something. I don't know. I've never been a stoner surfer.
No, they saw the canned phone.
Yeah,
And so Fester, the lead bully, starts talking into it.
but in what voice does he start talking?
Well, first he's doing like calling all cars, like in
Yeah.
his regular voice, and then Emily, who's on the
it's
other
like,
line, hang on,
Rocky,
shush,
Rocky,
shush, says, Rocky, is that you? And then Fester realizes, holy shit, there's somebody on the other side of his line. So he calls his boys over, and he says, guys, come here. And so he starts using the kid voice, and he says, come over. Meet me at the front door of my house right away.
It's important.
It's important. And so Emily,
I'll be right
being
there.
an obedient girlfriend,
That's sad.
She's the bottom bitch.
says,
Let's
I'll be
honest.
right there. This to me, and y'all you can laugh. I don't give a shit. This to me is my favorite scene in the whole movie. When she walks
Better
in the
than
door.
basketball?
When she walks in the door, they're
Oh my
attempting
God.
to hide behind a
Another potted
plant.
plant.
They're laughing.
These kids
They're
are so-
laughing.
You know
Trying to stop, and Fester is even trying to tell them to stop laughing, but they can't stop laughing because they know it's funny to them.
These
It's
kids are so
funny.
lucky. These kids are so lucky that these are the guys that came
Of
after
course. Literally, I kid you not, every Three Ninjas movie, there is 3
Dumb ass
dummies
bad guys.
that
yeah.
come after them. Everyone. That is a thing. There's 3 ninjas and 3 dummies. So anyway, so they kidnap Emily. And while the 3 ninjas are preparing for phase 3,
them. Their dad's study, I think.
and there's in their dad's office. Second favorite scene in the whole movie.
basketball.
Fester says,
Basketball scenes sucked.
"Yeah, that was the dumb
The
part of the movie."
best part.
Every kid's movie has this power fantasy moment where the kids are like, hey, this thing that makes me unique, it makes me a god at sports.
It's the best.
So they do it in number 2 as well with baseball.
Oh.
What about
Uh,
number 3? Do they do it with soccer? Or number 4 with badminton?
Negative and negative.
They should do it with number 4 with wrestling because they're fighting Hulk
Hulk
Hogan.
Hogan. No, Hulk Hogan's
Hulk
a good
Hogan
guy.
is in that movie.
Hulk Hogan's a good guy.
Holy
What?
crap.
Yeah.
Damn.
But he's so bad at playing the face.
Nope, he's a good guy. And so anyway, so they're in the office, and the bad guys are like, "We're coming in," and they kick the door open, but the door slams open
Back
and then
shut,
slams
yeah.
shut. And it's literally my second favorite movie, the second favorite part of the whole movie.
It's cute.
So anyway, so at this point they bust in again, and the 2 bullies, the 2 unnamed bullies, the X-Lax gets to them at this point.
Did he never talk to them by name?
No, they are called
Fester
Two-
and bullies?
2 bullies, Fester, and then 2 bullies.
That's a shame.
their ex like gets to them, and they shoot out. They go to the bathroom, and Tum Tum, who is sitting on a boar's head above the door, wonks.
He has a tennis
Fester
racket.
in the head with a
Which
tennis
would
racket.
not knock somebody out.
It could. You don't know. You never been wonked.
I've got
in
a
the head with
tennis racket. Maybe if you hit him with the side, it would hurt them, but
Yeah.
it wouldn't.
Can we
knock
try
them
it
out.
after the podcast?
Why don't
You've
you
already
see-
got a bruise.
To Drew,
Oh, sure.
because he's the one that
Yeah,
doesn't
you-
feel like it would do anything.
But he hit him with the net part.
We'll see.
It's
and
a
then
kid's
Emily,
show.
and then Emily.
Punches the
know what?
fuck out of this dude.
Kudos to Emily to nut the fuck up and just close that fist and ram it up someone's nose, because these kids have been throwing pepper bombs and X-Lax.
CDs,
They have been going like
jelly beans,
full
and
Home Alone, and she's like,
neckties.
"Hey, I'm gonna go to Rocky Balboa." She's like, "I'm gonna take this up a notch." So kudos to her.
She punches this dude.
And
Just straight up
lays
cocks
him
him in the face,
ouch.
and I'm glad for it.
Start getting hot, Merle.
Huh?
Did it start getting hot? Yeah.
That's why you gotta finish it. But yeah, no, kudos to her. Then so she's free, he's free, everybody's free. It's a happy ending, except for the kids on the toilet. I'm sorry, the surfers on the toilet. So the kids go, and just to add insult to injury, while they're stuck to the toilets taking the dump of a lifetime, this fat kid comes in and starts doing his shit. Then the other kid comes in and starts doing his shit to the other one because they've got two bathrooms because they're a rich
not
family.
the stomach.
Yeah, no, he says not the stomach, so he elbows him in the face.
And then he sits up and says, "Thanks, dude," and then goes back
It's
to
funny.
Nobody wiped. I'm just saying it's
We
unsanitary.
don't know if the second guy wiped.
If you took like a panoramic shot, there'd be a smear across the floor.
The shot started with him flushing the toilet and pulling his pants up.
If it didn't happen on screen, it didn't happen.
Yeah, I'll go for that. Continue.
The end.
What does? Oh yeah, then they come down to the bottom parlor where we started this conversation. Oddly enough, where they open the door and they find the babysitter, and she's got pizza all over her, and they're like, "Oh, how you doing?" And she's
And
like,
Tum Tum
"Ah."
says, "What?
"I don't remember."
I hope you saved us some pizza."
Oh yeah. That was fine. That was cute. And then she starts panicking, and behind them emerges Odd Job, or what did you call him? The fat guy,
E Honda.
E Honda. And they snatch him up, take him to a boat. Then Grandpa comes. Oh, then the police are there, and they're like surrounding the house, and like emerging from the mist is Grandpa with his katana and all that. Like he's full ninja'd out. Like he's covered in black cloth. What? What the fuck do you want? You're the one who's been silent.
You're not giving it. All right.
Please guide us through Three Ninjas.
First off, all the FBI
2100
swarms
bars in.
at the house of the Three Ninjas.
Mm-hmm. Too little, too late.
Yes, but then
Way to go, FBI.
Emily shows up and she says, "Hey, Mrs. Douglas, I know where the kids are," and she gives him a note. And then she reads the note and she says, "Hey, Sam, come here real quick." So the dad comes over and it's obviously a note from Snyder.
Yep.
And she says, "Snyder's got the boys." And then all of a sudden, the FBI agents point some guns over, off camera, and they're like, "Freeze!" And it's the grandpa, and he's in the fog, darkness,
He's armed, by
armed
the way.
with the katanas,
approaching.
Yeah,
You don't
one.
see it, but obviously there's katanas,
Only because he has
There.
to. It's not like you see to.
and
It's like the reverse of Chekhov's gun.
he tells them that, all right, so Snyder doesn't want if any of you policemen come to this boat where the kids are at, I'm gonna kill them. Right?
Uh-huh.
So
Great.
So the grandpa says, "Hang on a minute. Let me sneak in
Grandpa knowledge.
and I'll take care of this."
Using my grandpa knowledge.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And so the dad's like, "No," and he turns around and he says, "Hey, let's do something," right?
I'm
And
gonna
then when he turns
swarm
back-
the place with feds.
When he turns back around, the grandpa's gone.
He's
Alright.
a ninja master.
So that's where the grandpa sneaks in onto the boat. Now you can continue.
I don't know. They're in like a cell or something, and then he calls the security department, and he's like,
Can you call me back?
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Oh, hey, I
test
just
the
want to make
call.
sure the phone works. Call me back. You know, he's like half-ass doing an adult voice, and sure enough, the security department's like, "Oh, okay, I'll call you back."
Bitch.
Excuse me.
Not you. Yeah.
I
Rocky.
mean, go ahead, take over.
No. So Colt's
It's your movie.
like,
You literally
Colt-
own it.
Colt is like, this is bullshit. Grandpa knows the bad guy, so Grandpa must be a bad guy. And Rocky's like, no, he's not a bad guy. And Colt's like, well, how do we know? And Rocky's like, just calm down, bro. And so Rocky's like, I'm gonna get us out of this. I'm drunk as hell at this point.
You know what I took away from this movie?
What?
I super want a pizza.
Man,
Yeah.
I wonder if
I apologize
Subway's still open.
to
No,
the podcast
it's like
listener.
Midnight.
It's only 11.
Jesus.
No, it's definitely closed though.
Yeah.
But IHOP, though.
I apologize to
Oh,
the
Waffle
listeners
House.
for this because I am drunk at this point.
But they
Drunk.
they called the guy.
Yeah, so Rocky comes up with a pretty
it's right.
good
between
plan.
us.
So stupid.
There's
it
a
actually
phone.
worked.
There's a phone in their cell, and he calls the
But why though?
I love
Why
that-
would there be a?
I don't know, but he
I don't
calls
think it
the
was
switchboard.
shit's real free.
He calls the switchboard operator.
The operator, by the way, in full ninja garb.
Well, they're all ninjas.
Security.
I
And he
feel like
says,
at this point,
security, who is this calling? He's like, and Rocky does a man's voice. He's like, yeah, this is the guard guarding the kids. I just want to test the phone. Can you call me back? And so the guard says, sure. So he hangs up the phone. And then the phone calls back. And then Rocky says, hello, in his regular voice. And then Gar says, yeah, I'm trying to test the phone. And so Rocky tells their guard, hey, I think it's for you.
He's on the other
And
side
so
of the door.
The guard comes inside the cell.
he's wearing like a metal faceplate
Yeah.
or
Full
something.
ninja.
Like they didn't
It's
address
just a
that
face
at all.
guard. It's just a face guard.
Mm.
Like douchebag hockey players wear when they don't want to get hit in the eyes with a puck. Who wants to get hit in the eyes with a puck at 80 miles an hour? So Rocky
Seems pretty
twirls the if you're a bitch, maybe.
Okay, go ahead.
Rocky twirls the phone, right?
I know
As
you-
the guy's coming into the cell.
I know
and
you people
clunks.
don't remember what landline phones.
Clunks.
It was like 2 pounds. It would have been like
Clunks.
throwing a quarter against the back of someone's head. That dude ain't
Clunks.
knocked out. That dude ain't knocked out. He's gonna pull a dagger and slit that bitch's throat.
Clunks.
Stick him like a pig. Bleed him out. Go ahead.
Clunks. The guard that came in the back of the head, right?
Yeah.
Knocks him out.
As you
And
evidently.
so,
All right, I have a question.
shoot.
Why would he have to call the person in that, like the actual security guy? Could he not just pick up the phone and say, "It's for you"?
he needed the phone to ring.
He needed the phone to ring.
But he didn't hear it, did he?
Hang on,
I
hang
think
on just
so
one
because he
second.
was looking when he looked up.
Hang on just one second.
Stuff happens.
Everybody looked at me,
You said, "Hang on 1 second. You want attention?"
but you look like a crazy myrrh.
A myrrh? Am I merfolk now?
Rocky told Colt, a ninja uses his surroundings.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It happened.
I
It happened,
but
Merle.
is that really important to the
Yes,
story?
because
We're already past the
the
jelly
only
beans.
the only
Jelly bean
surroundings
one.
that he had was that phone. That's how it happened. Continue.
Oy vey.
You were the one. How can I continue? I didn't
Yeah,
start.
clocked him, slit his throat, something from Kevin.
Sure,
Yep.
sure. That's what
They
happened.
they get out of the cell.
Bitch hockey players.
They get out of the cell.
They're running down the
This is
thing,
madness.
and then one kid hides out in plain sight, and the guy's like, "Oh, I gotcha," and then he's like, "Nope," and then the other two jump him, and then they're doing like all the little whirly bird kicks. Then they fight off a bunch of guys, and then there's like the Joker has a sword, and he like has this really intense moment where he's just like he's
He
got his
licks the
sword up.
sword.
Yeah, like his anime or something, and then they just blast him with steam from a pipe. Then they run into the dojo.
No,
because-
no, you fucking. They steal his sword and cut the shit out of
Dude,
his
I
clothes.
started laughing so hard because all I saw was this kid stole a lethal weapon and just started gutting this fucker right there on the boat. And
his
his
pants
pants
fall
fell
down.
down.
You know, it's funny because
not.
I'm drunk. I'm drunk as fuck, right?
You're fucking drunk.
Yeah, and you guys showed way more respect to Mortal Kombat Annihilation
We didn't.
Then you're
I don't
showing
think we did.
We showed
to
exactly.
3 ninjas.
We showed exactly
The first one.
the appropriate amount of respect to both of these films.
And I don't know where
You
I
were
was
just
going
in
with
on
that.
There was
it.
a-
I don't-
Annihilation. You were just in on
There
it.
was
so
a
it feels like it was
centaur.
less.
There was a centaur in Annihilation.
And a hopping reptile.
3.
No, that was cool.
I can still see the bunny hop.
You know,
Like it's part of
It's
me
fun.
now. I
It's
can't
fun.
see it. Yes.
So they eventually get to a point where they fight in the dojo. They get to show off their like legit martial arts skills.
Finally, they start doing some offense.
Yeah,
so some
because
jelly
they
bean
don't
bullshit.
have like stuff
But
to.
wait,
They don't have
more.
candy canes
They
anymore.
don't have candy canes or salad tongs or whatever to fight with. They have to
They
legit
can
show
toss
off their
no more
skills.
salads.
To me, honestly,
no more
this
cream pies.
this is the fun part of the. This is the fun to me. If I was a kid, I'm like, okay, these kids are like kicking adults' ass. You know,
As every kid wants to.
of course. Well, Grandpa's up watching from the balcony.
Voyeur.
So they finish off the ninjas, right? Well, Snyder comes down and he says, "Hold up."
Wait.
Grandpa flips down, right, from the balcony.
Snaps that ankle.
Can't because he's
A ninja.
a ninja.
That's right.
Oh, my back.
And he says, "Let my kids go.
Let my people go.
If I win, like, we'll fight.
Yeah,
Let's fight."
it's almost reminiscent of the basketball scene where Grandpa's like, "If I win, we go home," and the dude's like,
He never says we.
No,
he
he
says
says
Oh, the
your
kids.
kids.
Yeah.
So
But-
he automatically knows he's staying at this point.
but the guy like
Yeah.
almost like conjures Christopher Walken, and he's like, "Okay,
Let me.
I'm
try
a
this.
sport," you know, like he, and he's like, "Yeah, we'll do that." But like,
Oh,
seriously,
right.
listen to that delivery, please.
If you want. No, hang on. I'm drunk. I'm drunk.
Two
Two mice. How'd you know? Two mice. Two mice. Three ninjas fall into a dojo. One ninja jumps from the balcony down and protects the 3 ninjas and fights for their honor.
What the fuck is going on?
You don't know. You haven't.
What?
You haven't. Drew has not been here for that long, so you don't know my Christopher Walken. I'm like saving
I
this.
I'm counting that as a blessing, honestly.
No,
No, dude.
That's good shit.
This is awesome.
that's good
mice
shit.
From,
Two mice. Catch me if
Last
you
time I
can.
heard it.
Yeah, the drunk cast. Yeah, that
Yeah.
is where you heard it. Continue. So the grandpa gets down and he says, "Let my if I beat you, Snyder, in a
Yeah.
fight,
The kids go.
the
kids
kids
go.
go.
If you
not,
win, you die.
I die. Yeah, basically.
Yeah, and he's like saying goodbye to the kids because I guess he doesn't expect them to win, although he says he does, but he's bullshitting because he's old.
No, if rule number 1, we talked
Yeah.
about this 48, probably an
Yeah,
hour
no, I
ago.
dig. You don't get into a fight unless you expect to win it.
Yeah,
And don't
so
get
what
a
does,
tree with thorns.
what does Tum Tum do?
He gives them
Bites.
some jelly
Jelly
beans.
beans.
I mean, I don't know. These are massive jelly beans.
They're like jawbreaker jelly beans.
These are huge.
Everlasting Gobstopper.
Like, these are some Kroger brand Easter bullshit that this dude just slides into his hand and he puts in his pocket, I guess. Was he fighting the jelly
Kroger
beans?
brand Easter bullshit.
Ninjas,
That's
ninjas
what's on the
have
bag.
ninjas have shit like ninjas have pockets in their
Ninjas
sleeves.
have shit.
Yeah, dude, I swear to God.
Go ahead.
Ninjas have shit.
Go ahead.
Jelly beans and tricks.
So they do some actual, like, kicks and stuff. And it's brief.
Yeah, you're not gonna bring up the young guy in a fat suit
I mean, that's
because
so
you brought it
obvious.
up a million times during the
It's
movie.
so obvious. Like, the pillow is just, like, free-floating in this shirt. Like, it's wiggle-jiggling left and right. And he's just doing, like,
Wiggle
backflips.
jiggling.
He's doing, like, handstands and backflips and Kayapora bullshit. And he's not at
He's
all...
crumping.
Okay.
He's crump.
So please, continue.
So so Snyder
Which
who
is slick
losing.
back ponytail, by the way.
Slick back ponytail.
Also D.
is
Yep.
losing. He cheats. He chunks a pepper bomb right into the face.
Which the
of
kids
Grandpa.
did earlier, but nobody called bullshit on that.
Yeah.
Because they're kids and they're getting beat up by adults. So it's understandable.
You know what?
The
The
kids want
adults
to
got
cheat a little
no
bit.
offense.
Well,
in.
this is a man who's getting his ass beat by a grandpa, so age differences are the same there.
Negative.
Well, fuck.
You know what? You should have said yes because I was almost convinced.
Yes.
That there was.
I said
some
yes.
There's some setup and payoff.
Yes.
And it's just like the basketball tourney.
Yes.
It's just like the older people picking on the
Yes.
younger people. So there we go.
Yes.
There's something positive I can say on this.
Thank you. So
And you almost squandered it.
You
the
did.
grandpa starts getting
I
the shit
almost
kicked
fucked
out
you.
of him, right?
Because he's old.
Because he's old and he's got the pepper bomb in his face.
Mm-hmm.
And he's old.
And so he gets a
Flawless
roundhouse kick
victory.
like to the face, right?
As you do.
And it's hardcore because it flips him like 3 times. And so on the ground, the grandpa's on the ground, and the kids realize he's done.
This is it.
So let's do like a ninja prayer or something. And they put the
fist
fist,
in their
to the
palm,
palm,
and
you know,
lower
and
their
they
heads
all,
for
everybody do
I
it
thought
around the
only
table.
one child
Around
did
the
it.
table. No, all of them did.
No,
around the
'cause
table.
2 of them just looked down.
If
like,
you don't
in
fucking
They had
put
their
your
fist
palm,
in their palm.
if you don't
One
put your
kid.
palm to you, there
My
you go.
palm?
Everybody around the table.
This is the
Everybody listening at home
Around the table.
or at work or wherever
They're not
it is that
listening
you don't
anymore.
work.
I
They're not
believe in Santa Christ.
That's Krampus. That is Krampus.
cramp
All right.
knowledge.
So they bring that spiritual ninja.
They magic
Because
the life
ninja
back
are
into
one
him.
with body, mind,
They
spirit.
used the
and
Pikachu
heart.
tears.
Boy! Ow! So
That's what you get.
the grandpa pulls out those jelly beans from earlier.
The
Shut
Kroger
up.
jelly
Tum Tum
beans.
gave him.
Yes. Kroger
And
Easter
so
bullshit.
Snyder picks him up by the neck.
And he starts
you know?
mugging as a villain does, and he's like, "Ah!"
Yeah, and
mouth
he's got him up,
open.
and he's like, "Yeah, I beat you. I beat you. What are you gonna do?" And Grandpa takes those jelly beans and shoves them in his mouth while he's bragging.
He
We're
goes
not
into
doing-
anaphylactic shock because Grandpa's hands are
well
filthy.
because he shoves stuff in his mouth, so he starts choking a little bit, right? And while he's choking,
As
Grandpa
you do.
takes a couple of pot shots, to the face.
Grandpa's a dirty
Gets him a
bitch,
kick or two in, and
as
he
an
gets
honorable
him,
man would.
Gets him
Couple
on the ground.
haymakers.
Gets him on the ground, gets him up, and he's about to
Frog
frog the
the
shit out of
shit
him.
Yeah, he's got
of
his
him,
middle
yeah.
finger out.
And what I like
Not
best
all the way
about
out the
this
knuckle.
is because he got him by the collar of his shirt, right?
Scruff.
By one, the scruff of his neck, right? And he's got one arm up, and the arm is shaking so bad because he wants to punch this motherfucker
He should have.
so bad.
They should have gone dark, dude. If this
He
had
wants
gone
to hit
dark
him.
right then and there, oh my
Dude,
god, I
but
would have been on board.
he wants to hit
He
him so
looks
bad.
up
But he looks at his boys,
and sees these children.
and he sees the kids,
and the
He
kids are like,
realizes,
kill.
he realizes that
Do
that's
it,
not,
you old bastard!
no,
Kill
that is
them
not
all.
what he wants his young ninjas
Kill them all,
to turn
Henry.
into.
Kill them all.
And so he lets Snyder go. He doesn't punch him with the frog,
And then the FBI shoots Snyder
So-
in the shoulder.
So Grandpa backs off and he hugs. He
Maybe.
hugs with the kids, right? He hugs with
Yeah.
the
Someone
kids.
shoots him in the shoulder.
And at that point, Snyder gets up and he grabs an M16 from one of his ninjas, air quotes,
Yeah.
right? Because what fucking ninja carries M16?
Bitch ninja.
And he says,
A bitch
"No,
I
you
never-
ain't going on anywhere. I don't lose, right?" And he's about to shoot him, I suppose.
Yeah.
And then you hear a shot.
But you see no blood.
No,
Because he's
come on,
wearing
it's
red.
PG.
You don't
He
need
just
to-
wore his
grabs
red
his shoulder and
suit.
sits down.
Snyder grabs
He
his
wore
shoulder.
his red suit.
You know what? If we were watching Pocahontas, I'd call it out there too. So I have to call it out here.
Snyder grabs his shoulder because he just got shot.
Pocahontas
because
isn't historically accurate.
2 stories up.
Neither is Three Ninjas. No
Three Ninjas
offense.
is a true story.
My hand hurts.
Oh,
Because 2 stories up, the dad, Samuel Douglas,
L.
just
Jackson.
shot
Mhm.
Snyder in the
Because
shoulder.
when your kids are down there, you just want to start taking pot shots.
And then Tum Tum says, "Hey, Dad," and then we cut to outside, and the ninjas are all getting arrested.
he's like,
this
"Hi,
the
fat
end?
son."
"Yeah, this is the end.
Holy
And
crap,
so-
we made it!
We made it."
the
and
promised land.
so workaholic Sam Sam Douglas.
show.
Is he really a workaholic? I mean, he has
The whole movie,
responsibilities.
he seems
He's
to
an
be a
FBI
workaholic.
But yeah, it's not like he has a
But
choice.
he has seemed
It's not like
to
he
be-
could quit.
According
According to 90s movie logic,
no,
Yeah.
where
according
every
to
dad is
three-
a fucking workaholic,
according
nobody can earn
to
a goddamn
three
living without
young
like burning your
kids.
children.
According to 3 young kids, because that's what you're supposed to be seeing this
Did
movie
they
as.
really have the grasp on reality that the father has?
I don't see it that way.
Did you have a grasp on reality that your father had?
No, that's
when
why
you were
I didn't make
11 years
decisions
old?
as a child.
Because you weren't a fucking ninja.
Maybe. You know what? Maybe. Maybe if I were
Look.
a ninja at 11 years old, maybe I can make some decisions.
Things would have been different.
They ain't ninjas.
They are ninjas.
They're
They just
apprentices
took on
at best.
A feckin' ninja army.
They took on a freaking army.
Is that really pro Three Ninjas or anti douchebag army? Because they sucked at everything they
But
did. They
Snyder
had
knew
guns.
that, and that's why he wanted Mori Tanaka to come and train them, because he literally said
Why
at the
didn't
scene
he train them?
he needed. He couldn't do it. He was the
He's
sidekick.
lazy. He's rich.
Maybe.
He's
Maybe.
just some fucking Donald Trump on a boat.
Maybe, yeah.
He's just sitting
yeah.
there pouting into his gold. And
Exactly.
he's like, hey, I need someone to do this work for me. And Grandpa's
Yes.
like, no. And then he's beaten up by 3 kids.
Yes.
The end.
yes.
3 ninjas.
3 ninjas.
2 out of 5.
Oh, 3 at least.
Fine. We'll meet
Thank
in the
you.
middle.
One
Thank
and a
you.
half.
No, bitch, because you liked it. You liked it, and you know it, and you don't have to. You
At
don't
no
have to
point
say,
did I think this soundtrack is inappropriate.
You don't
At
have
no
to
point
say it
did
on
I
the
think the
podcast.
camera work is shit.
You don't have to say it on the
3
podcast.
out of 5
Tommy,
works.
you don't have to
There's
say it
3
on the
nerds
podcast.
talking out of 5
Drew,
nerds talking.
you don't have to say it on the podcast. Kevin, you don't have to say it on the podcast. James, you say it on the podcast. James gives it a 4 out of 5.
You're talking to yourself in the third person to yourself
About
No, I'm
you.
into
talking
a
to
recording device.
Everybody knows that I'm.
I gave you 3.
I give you 5 out of 10.
That's 3 out of 5.
Well,
Next.
it's a little worse.
So
Yeah, because
anyway, so we
is
cut.
more than half.
I
we
can't
cut
give
to,
it 3.
uh,
I give it 2.
You give it 3.
I give it 1
Be
and a
political.
half.
You
Two
give
point-
it-
I give it a 2.5.
We give him an extra point now so that we can take a point away when it comes to the next one.
2.5.
Oh yeah, sure
Because-
enough, 3 out of 5.
no.
Are you telling me that this is the worst of the series or
No.
the best of the series?
It's
No.
downhill.
Because you got to remember, everything has to be relative.
Is the sequel better than this?
Yes,
The sequel's better than this?
I think so. Yes.
I believe it. How could it not be?
Because we're at
Why you
bottom.
Let's get real for just a second.
Real talk?
Real talk.
What's up?
Why you gotta be a butt?
That's why I'm here.
Why you gotta be you?
I don't know.
Why can't you just enjoy
Roll the
something
dice
that
and
I
lost.
like?
Maybe because you keep building this up like it's this perfect, immaculate.
I didn't say it was
As
perfect.
if
I
this
said
were
it
the
was
virgin
fun.
birth of Christ itself.
It was fun.
It's our Lord, you Lord and
hey,
Savior.
I haven't even gotten to you, so don't even start yet.
I gave you 3 out of 5, and you should be grateful.
I am grateful.
Well, then let's move on.
Next, Drew.
Hello.
Why you gotta be the way you are?
I was born this way. I don't.
Do you-
Lady
try.
Gaga.
I don't try.
Did you really not enjoy it?
It was fun.
Okay,
It was fun.
Tommy, don't.
That's all he
Come
wanted
on, don't
was
be
one-
funny. Don't try to be funny. Don't try to be
I'm gonna
like.
give it to you straight.
Okay, and I'm gonna completely legit, Tommy.
I'm
gonna
gonna
completely freak out
No
on
good.
We work together.
You're fired.
We are friends,
Yeah, and we die together.
and we'll die together.
Shit.
Oh
We'll
Yeah,
be buried.
God.
This got just
We'll
taken
be
up a
buried
notch.
together.
Right now.
Yeah.
Be honest. Like, don't try to be funny or
He
anything.
just wants
be
that
honest.
burrito.
It's so bad.
No, Drew wants
Okay,
that burrito.
I want that motherfucker. In and around
You can
my
be
mouth.
honest. Just
Okay,
be honest.
I'm
Like,
being
no
honest.
joke. Come on. And I want you to be honest. Maria. Come on, for real. It's the fun and games.
What
are
the
over.
hell of it? I liked it.
Okay, see,
There you go. You converted someone.
and
But I would not
Merle,
watch
come
it
on.
again.
Like, don't. We've all had a good time for like a literally like more, probably a good hour and 45 minutes.
This is
I'm
ridiculous.
hungry and tired.
I'm ashamed as a grown
But
ass
like,
man.
come
sit
on,
here.
bro. Like, honestly,
Argue
it was
for
fun,
you
right? It
just
was
real
funny.
fast hour and a
I tolerated it.
Speak up in the mic.
I tolerated it.
Yeah, you enjoyed it.
I tolerated it.
That'll be the cat tagline. I loved it, comma Merle.
I got drunk during it.
Yeah, yeah.
So I like Three Ninjas.
Good.
I do think
its heart was in the right place.
Yeah.
Three Ninjas kicked
No,
back.
it wasn't. It was corporate schlock.
No,
it was
no,
cashing
no,
in
no.
on 2 other successful franchises. Its heart was not in the right place.
It was trying. It attempted it.
Yeah, sure.
With the karate and the
the
and the pull-
penultimate of righteousness.
pull your.
With the 3 and
Hey,
the ninja.
hey.
No, no,
Can the host
Stooges
can the
as-
host maybe in the podcast?
Is it over?
Wait, what?
I thought it was over.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say you're right. It did try to pull in, the karate from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with the like ingenuity from Home Alone.
Slapstick humor.
It stood on the shoulders of geniuses, and before it even knew
But
what it
I
had,
think-
it patented it, it packaged it, and now it's selling it. It wants to sell it. Three
The
Ninjas.
Spikes. Kickback. I honestly think that Kickback. Hang on. Before I thought it, and I immediately was like, let me just say it before I even said it. Kickback is the Empire Strikes Back.
Oh,
Hang
not
on.
even
It's
a
the
Star
Empire
Wars
Strikes Back of this series. Like,
Man.
it
that
takes.
is an insult
hang
to
on.
Empire Strikes Back.
No, Empire Strikes Back is.
An
Can
insult
we
to
all
Three
say?
Ninjas?
Hang on. Can we all say the best Star Wars movie?
Yes.
I'm down.
Can we go around the table and say it's the best Star Wars movie?
I have no objection.
Because I feel it's the best
Sounds-
Star
I
Wars
don't know
movie.
why you would object.
Yeah. Empire Strikes Back is
Right.
superior.
It's my favorite Star Wars movie. Empire Strikes Back took what Star Wars did
and
and
doubled
made it better. Right? It
More Vader.
actually
I think there's more Vader than New
no,
Hope.
there's like less Vader.
There's less Vader.
In
yeah.
Empire?
Yeah. Vader is only in like
He's
the
at the
Cloud
beginning,
City.
There's more
and
Boba
he's
Fett.
at-
There is
Cloud
5
City.
minutes of Boba Fett.
Because the only time you really
Oh,
see
and then
Vader
there's a
in New
little
Hope
interlude at the astral.
is
Oh,
when he's
when he
fighting-
lowers his fucking helmet
Yeah,
down on his head.
that's awesome.
Oh, when he's talking to the bounty hunters. is what I
But
was
no,
thinking about.
no. What I'm meaning is like, so George Lucas threw Star Wars out there, not knowing what he really truly had,
George Lucas is good at not knowing.
but he put it out there, right?
Yeah.
And
Put
turns
it up.
out he had a fucking brilliant idea, but it wasn't.
Give the
fully,
reins of directing chair to
It
someone else.
wasn't fully
Are we
like
comparing
thought out.
Three Ninjas to Star Wars?
Shut your mouth. Let me finish my thought.
I'm tired.
This
and
is why nobody likes.
hungry.
This is why nobody likes this podcast, because you won't let James think out his thoughts.
Go ahead. Nobody
So-
stopped you.
The
So anyways,
James Quisition? Is that
so
what this is?
Empire Strikes Back comes out, and George Lucas writes some good shit, but he says, "You know what? Let's see what you,"
That's why it's
Someone with
better.
talent.
pointing at
That's why it's
Irvin
better.
Kershner. Let's see what you could do filming this thing,
That's why it's
right? And then it comes out fucking amazing.
And we're still talking about it to this day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But why are we talking about it now?
that's the kickback.
37 years
That's the
later.
kickback of this series.
I don't know.
Fuck
There
yeah.
was
Let's
a,
do it. Ow. That hurt.
Oh man!
It's
All
one-
over my Mac. It's okay.
Yeah.
Did you
Kevin
crush
did
it
it.
at
I
least?
got closer. That
Did you
hurt.
cheat?
Yes, I did.
Okay, well it's not worth it. Damn. On my Mac. So goodbye. What I'm trying to say is, I feel like the Three Ninjas took the concept of I need a ride home.
You drove!
Oh, I did drive.
I'm driving home drunk.
So they took like an idea, but made it better.
Where's your Clay
Okay.
Piper 63 and a third?
It's on the couch. So everybody, if you're still listening to this,
I'm done.
I
I'll leave it
graciously,
here if you want
I
to.
legit appreciate you guys listening. Check us out on Facebook at TalkingNerdy815 at Facebook.com
If you've made it this
or
far,
vice versa. I've
we
already
should do
said
this
that.
at the beginning.
Subscribe to us on Podbean. Subscribe to us on iTunes. You can check us out on YouTube at Talking Nerdy. That's like it. If you want to email us suggestions, undrunk
pics,
suggestions
Dick pics.
of what movies you'd like us to watch, please
James's
email
number
us
is
to
501.
please email us at talkingnerdy815 at gmail.com. Next time I'll try not to get super drunk, but these dudes just make me want to get really drunk. So there it is. I greatly appreciate everybody for watching, listening,
You're being really emotional right now. This is beautiful.
because this is what I like,
This is a beautiful moment.
and
Just a little.
I love you all,
There's a little crumble in my pants.
and I will see you next time.
Three ninjas.
Goodbye.